they see me might be, but no matter what they doing, they don't do it like me. Like a G, I hold it down for the town I'm at. In a flash like that, recognize I'm back. Strike a match, catch a 5 a.m. moment, I decide that's enough for all your lies, boy, you blood just died. Step aside, super fly, took the shoes and they then exit out with all the bitches like we always do. My desire to retire, grow with every new crew. Petty guys that don't ride like my nigga used to. Tight jeans, funny haircuts, dancing on the screen. It's a crowd of real niggas in the game, so insane. Just pretend to holler, pimp and get a shit of black. Next he say he trapping in my head, I'm like, why? Be yourself, he ain't got a pimp bone in your body. I can tell you ain't never bought a kid, caught a body. Nigga probably just seen Wayne, Gucci Mane, me and Boosie all go to prison. They flipping whole image, nigga tripping. Listen, dude, for you that ain't in the car, thank the pop.
What up, man? What is up? What is up, man? I'm feeling good, feeling great. Feeling good. How are you, Naima? How are you, sister? I am doing great. Just got off the phone with my realtor, and guys, we're looking great, man. We just received 2 offers. So we the one I took was over the asking price. All I gotta do is bring in $2,000. Got a little bit more work I'm gonna have to do to the house probably, but hey, I got the money. I'm gonna do it. I'm not worried about it. It's gonna get done, man. I'm excited, guys. This has been a great couple of days. Great feeling. I'm glad I didn't just take the first offer that came in the other day because that offer wasn't as much as this one. I mean, technically they wanted me to pay more in closing costs. So this is good, man. This is great. I'm excited. I'm happy. This is actually going to set up some other things I'm going to try to do. So this is going to be great, man. I'm on the phone with some HVAC people now. They're going to go in there and do all that. And I'm going to put a cage or whatever over the condenser, make sure everything's safe and secure while we're waiting. Also, I got a security system, so I don't care. They come take it, they want to, they're going to be on camera. Candid camera. I'm going to see you right on my phone. You know what I'm saying? But guys, I'm just here, man, just thanking everybody for coming in. Thank you guys for coming in the video. But yeah, I'm excited, man. This has been a test. It really has. But, I've been kind of blessed, man, this whole time, man. It's been, God kind of worked it out for me I'm going to make a nice little chunk, actually, because the closing cost is tremendously lower. So that's actually money that I'm putting in for the repairs is money that I would have been paying with the other offer for closing costs. So that's even better. How much did they offer? Well, they only offered $100 over. This one did. The other one was $1,000 over, but based on what came out, when I looked at it, I said, I'm just gonna take the one that's 100 over because it was more involved, and I don't want to get into that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get into the weeds of trying to go and do a lot of different stuff on a property. A lot of times it's best just to take the least amount. They wanted me to install this and do that, and like I'm not gonna do all that. They gave me $1,000 over the asking price, but by the time I pay somebody to go do that, it would have hurt me. Hey, what's up, RWP? Welcome aboard, RWP. Just joined class. I'll see you not tomorrow, Tuesday night. But so yeah, man, you know what I'm saying. So $100 over my asking price. It's gonna be it was 178 on the dot. I was 177.9. So they're gonna be at 178. And my closing costs, out of pocket expenses is only like $2,000. That's it. So all by the time I pay for that, and then whatever I got to do to repair, cool. I'll bring all that in that cash if they want me to. All crisp 100s if that's what they want me to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited though. This is gonna be good, man. I needed this shot in the arm because I felt broke this last year, guys. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I did. And I was like, man, I saved my money, but it just felt like it was times where I just felt like, man, my account ain't showing the level of discipline that I've been trying to live by. And I kind of splurged a little savings around Christmas because I was like, well, I'm pretty much done with the house. It's going to be on the market soon. And then, what is it, May? And we just put it on the market Thursday. So That just go to show you. And so I said, well, let me just be disciplined with this next job I get and just pay all this debt down, which is what I did. But and I've been saving a lot too. So I'm in good position, man. I'm trying to change my situation, change my life, change where I'm at. It's a good feeling. It's good feeling broke when you making moves. Well, yeah, it is, but it's also funny because it's like, damn, I should have more money than this based on what my checks, I look at my check stub. I'm like, okay, over the last 8 months on this project, this is what they paid me, and this is what I have in my bank account. And it just doesn't match up. You know what I'm saying? So that's what would upset me because it's like I don't like splurging. And me, I'm not taking a lot of trips, especially these last couple of months, obviously. And I'm not really spending a lot of money doing a lot of trips and buying suits and stuff, which is what if I spend, that's what I want to do. I go to Suit Supply, buy me some nice suits, get them tailored up or something. No. Now when I sell this, I'm gonna get myself 2 nice suits. I'm gonna do it. I'm going to Suit Supply and I'm gonna get suited and booted in 2 suits, but they're gonna be cheap. I'm not gonna spend it. I probably spend about $1,500. That's cheap for a good suit. I mean, for 2 good suits, that's cheap. But that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get some nice suits, probably get a couple of pair of shoes. They ain't gonna be number like little $100 shoes or less. But I'm not gonna spend too much because I always just to treat myself because I ain't bought it. I got 1 suit for my birthday, and that was it. And that was a hell of a suit. I'm not gonna buy one like that, but that was a hell of a suit I got for my birthday. It's like over $1,000. But I'm not getting one of those. Getting 2 of those. I'm just gonna get the other ones that's like $750. But I'm excited, man. This is gonna be great, guys. Let me show you some pictures. Let me show y'all some pictures. Let me put this over here. So, hold on one second. And one of them is the thumbnail, but let me see where it is. So, this is us, man. You know what I'm saying? We got it staged. Everything was staged and stuff like that. I mean, the lady did a tremendously wonderful job. I have a small kitchen. But it is what it is. I was gonna have to put a dishwasher here. Guys, you see me walk in the house 50 times. So this is where the fridge goes. I got to get this plug changed because this actually isn't plugged up. So I'm going to get the plug changed to get that to actually plug up. This actually, I got this on Amazon. I thought that'd be a nice little added touch. We gonna make it happen, man. You know what I'm saying? The staging was $1,500. I'm not worried about it now. I'm gonna leave the staging stuff in there until it's done. You know what I'm saying? That's my backyard. Obviously, I got to get this hooked up. That's my HVAC. And this is it, man. We in a good space. You know what I'm saying? You go right here. So this is my bathroom for the master. And this is the master right here. But it's a conventional loan, which is good because they did not go. It's like pulling teeth trying to get a conventional loan completed. But this is the other bedroom that's empty. But that staging probably was the best move I made. I got over my asking price. That was a great scenario, man. I'm not going to jump back in this. They're gonna probably want some work done to this. I already know they are. I'm prepared to do it though. We're gonna make it happen, man. This is gonna be, once this gets done, I'm investing some more stuff in my business and stuff like that. Plus, they didn't take a picture of the garage, which the garage is through here. I think I walked in there in the other video. If you go watch the other one, walked in there. The garage is done. You know what I'm saying? I got to put in a hot water heater, which I don't have, and I got to go do the HVAC, and then we're gonna get an inspection, and we're gonna see what time it is. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we at, man. Man, it's been a blessing though. Thank you. You love the lighting. Thank you. Yeah, the photographer got great pictures. Guys, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Real talk. Invest in a photographer. Trust me. When you're doing a flip, invest in a photographer because a photographer will bring out that place. When she sent me these pictures, I was like, damn, that's my place. Like, it looks fantastic. And it's right. The way she wrote it up, not too far from Tyler Perry Studios and da da da. I was like, oh, okay. So, You know, with the pictures and the staging, it made it pop. You know what I'm saying? To me, it did. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't really technically like the furniture when she first staged it, but it did look neat when she didn't. You know, a lot of times staging is just about being neat, making it look neat, lived in but neat. You know, and it fit. It fit the color scheme with the, you know, with the black ceilings and stuff like that. A lot of people I've been getting they say they love the black ceiling, so that's my little signature. You know, I always like black ceilings with hardwood floors and tan walls. That's always been my thing. You know, so that's where I'm at now. I also wanted to come on here on this video and address something. I kind of listened to a guy today, and he made a beautiful point, and I want to kind of let you guys hear it, because a lot of times, guys, when people come in this space in YouTube, people people who are like, well, why are you so bothered about what people have to say? You know, and I'm starting to realize, man, words have meaning, and not only do words have meaning, but words tend to carry energy with them, and there's some scientific proof to back it. And so when I was listening to this guy a minute ago, I was like, damn, I've never thought of it like that. But just think about this, because this will help everybody in their lives, man. When you around certain energies and how people come at you and the stuff they say and do, just understand that there's energy behind certain things that you are around. So you gotta be careful with what you hear, the sounds, because words carry, you know, although a word has a sound, words also, what they do is they tend to, and this is your boy. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. We'll probably get the video taken down, but I'm gonna play it. So check this out right here.
The Great Pyramid of Giza. Built into this incredible structure is what's known as the King's Chamber. Close to the west wall of the chamber is a red Aswan granite coffer. The walls of this coffer are about 6 inches thick. On the outside, it measures about 7.5 feet by 3.5 feet. On the inside, 6.5 feet by 2.5 feet. So you can see why someone would think that this was designed to be a sarcophagus for the king. On the southeast corner of the coffer, you can see that a large section of the corner has been damaged or broken off. Now, there are stories that suggest that the coffer was struck by something very hard to create this damage, which is interesting because when this hard granite coffer is hit with something hard, it vibrates, just like a bell. In 1997, acoustic physics researcher John Stuart Reid was granted permission to conduct a series of experiments within the King's Chamber. And what he did was he temporarily repaired the damaged corner of the...
Guys, this is a brother by the name of Woodward TV, one of my favorite YouTubers. I will listen to this guy's stuff for hours. Like, I will sit and I'm gonna type his name in the chat, and that link is the link to the video that we're listening to. But I love this guy's stuff. Real deep, brother. Check this out.
Coffer. And he did this so that he could then stretch a large elastic membrane across the opening, like a drum. Before he did this, however, he placed a sound device or speaker inside the coffer before covering the opening with the membrane. He then poured sand across the surface of the membrane and began to conduct sound tests. And what he discovered was mind-blowing. The granules of sand began to form patterns, shapes, and these shapes were very similar to that of Egyptian hieroglyphs. One of the other interesting things that occurred during these experiments is that John had been suffering from chronic back pain, which was somehow magically healed, and he claims that pain never returned. I'm going to discuss something that should help us come to a greater understanding of life and how everything works. Another puzzle piece to help some of the other pieces make sense.
Now, this is about sound and the shapes. I'm sure a lot of you guys know this. When you play certain frequencies of sound, and you have sand, it actually forms different shapes and stuff like that. But just check this out.
and connect. And that is the science of making sound visible.
The higher the frequency, the more complex the shape.
Cymatics.
Cymatics. And that you are exactly right, Mr. Reed, which is one of the things that I'm starting to realize. This YouTube space is toxic. And when we talk about the things I've been saying in my videos, and when you have sisters like both of those black goddesses that are all over all my videos, if I read their comments, words store meaning and they store energy. It's stored energy. I can feel the negative. He's going to talk about it. I'm going to keep going because he speaks way better than I do about it.
There is a pattern that exists, and this pattern seems to be infinite. This pattern is found in nature. It is found in us. It is found in the stars. In 1202, a mathematician known as Leonardo Fibonacci introduced the Hindu-Arabic numeral system to the Western world through a book known as the Book of Calculation, or Book of Abacus. Within this book, there is a description of a number sequence that was written about in India. But since it was popularized by this book, it later came to be known as the Fibonacci sequence of numbers. Each number in the sequence is the sum of the two numbers that came before it. 0 plus 1 equals 1. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 1 plus 2 equals 3. 2 plus 3 equals 5. And so on and so forth. Now, if you take these numbers and create squares with lengths of their sides equal to the numbers in the sequence, you can tile them to give you what's known as the Fibonacci spiral or pattern. The same pattern found in seashells, artichokes, pineapples, pine cones.
If you take the Fibonacci and you play, what is it? God, what's the name of it? God dang. Binary options. You do the Fibonacci sequence with that. It actually is. You can actually be profitable with it. So you bet 1, then you bet 4, like 2, then 4, like that. But it's pretty dope, man.
Trees, leaves, flowers. It is found in the DNA's double helix. Your arms, hands, and fingers. Your face. These are the fundamentals to the science of sacred geometry. Something that is not new. I've discussed Dr. Masaru Emoto's rice experiment.
Now listen to this. Listen to this right here.
His water crystallization experiment. I know some of you have tried this and have seen the results. Do you all understand that when you do this experiment, you are literally destroying something with your mind? So would it make sense that if you can destroy something with your mind, you could also fix it or even create it? Do you see the Fibonacci pattern in the beautiful water crystallization when it is loved?
Did y'all see that? I had to step away for a second, but did y'all just see that? Like the rice thing? Like, let me go back. Watch this.
Emoto's rice experiment. His water crystallization experiment. I know some of you have tried this and have seen the results. Do you all understand that when you do this experiment, you are literally destroying something with your mind? So would it make sense that if you can destroy something with your mind, you could also fix it or even create it? Do you see the Fibonacci pattern in the beautiful water crystallization when it is loved? So what?
Well, you gonna only see my avatar. I'm not sharing my screen. And the reason I'm not, because I don't know this guy, they may flag the video or something. YouTube is on me hard, so I don't really want to share a lot of stuff because I share my stuff, but sharing other people's stuff, they own me, man. YouTube is on me hard. They done took down 2 videos in the last week, so I got to be careful.
How is the energy that comes out and off of our bodies affecting other matter? We all know it's frequencies. In fact, it's more than that. It's resonant frequencies. It's sound. With the science of cymatics, we can now see what these sounds look like. This is a cymoscope. It is an instrument that can be used to create a visual image of sound vibration. This is basically a petri dish that is on a plate that has been insulated from the natural vibration of whatever the cymoscope is resting on. You can then use very fine particulates or ultra pure water to reveal the structures of the harmonics that pass through the cymoscope.
So this is what you do when you're trying to hear about the type of music you're listening to and different stuff like that, what it does to your cells. Just check this out.
At low frequency sounds, you get very simple geometric patterns. The more you raise the frequency, the more complex these patterns become. This is one of the 3D structures that is created in water using sound. This is an actual image of water, with the surrounding body of water removed for contrast. The most abundant crystal on the earth is quartz, a mineral composed of silicon and oxygen.
Now, you know, our bodies are made of silicon technically. Just so you know, we're water, but silicone, we're made of elements. Silicone is one of them. That's part of what our bodies is made, especially the pineal gland. I'm not getting into the woke stuff. This is just real science.
Like most inorganic solids, such as metal, rock, and ice, it is a polycrystal, a mass of microscopic crystals that were fused together to form one large solid mass. Now here's the question. If the patterns or structures that are within a crystal like quartz are actually the imprint of resonant frequencies or sound, does this mean that the energy of that frequency is also captured within the crystal? Do you understand now why people use crystals in rituals and in healing? Because just like you give off vibrations, objects, crystals give off vibrations as well. And all these vibrations affect each other. Listen carefully, folks. I just showed you how sound affects the atomic structure of water. And we can see how sound may have an effect in the way minerals like quartz crystallize. So how do you think sound affects your body, which is mostly quartz and water? We know that there are patents of sonic weaponry that can do a lot of cellular damage to a large number of people all at once. But at the same time, we have technologies that use sound to heal. This is cymotherapy, acoustic therapy, harmonic therapy. This is the science behind chanting, humming, or alming.
Now, I'm not in the alming and the Buddhism type stuff. I'm not into that. That's not my cup of tea. But I'm getting to somewhere with this. Just hear me out.
And Sanskrit. It is the science behind using crystals, a Tibetan bowl, or classical music.
Because I see a lot of times we'll beat somebody down if they get offended by what people say in the comment section, or as a YouTuber, I receive a lot of negative stuff every day by people. I get a lot of negative comments. I delete a lot of stuff. I do. I actually do. I admit it.
By people such as Bach or Beethoven. This is the science behind relaxation audios and binaural beats. Using sound therapy, researchers have been able to repair torn living tissue and repair it to the point where it appears as if the tissue was never damaged at all. They have been able to improve circulation in parts of the body and remove blockages, particularly in the legs and arms. It has been used to repair organs and improve brain function. You see, sounds affect your body. Music affects you. Words affect you. When you write a word, that word has energy just like everything else. And when someone else reads that word, it affects them.
Now, what I meant by that quartz comment is not quartz like the rock. It's you when you talk about carbon, we're carbon-based creatures. So we're made up of the same stuff. It's not, some of it's different isotopes and stuff like that, but it's still the same stuff that you see when you pick up a rock. It's the same stuff. But check it out.
On a cellular level, when we hear or see a negative word, we feel it. When we see or hear a positive word, we feel it.
That's what I'm talking about right there. I think words carry certain meaning, and we shouldn't beat people down for being offended or sensitive because look, I've kind of have developed thick skin in this space more since I've been YouTubing because I say a lot of things and I'm very like the video I did yesterday. I got some negative comments, a couple of them were deleted, curse word riddled comments. But the thing is, guys, a lot of this stuff that I receive, these words do damage to you. It's an energy to it. It is. And I'm not into this. I ain't with worshiping crystals. I ain't into witchcraft and all that craziness. I'm gonna straight up believe in Christ. But what I'm saying is a lot of this stuff that people, there's words, and even the Bible tells you that. So I mean, it's not I'm not saying something power of life and death in the tongue. I mean, we talk about that, right? Careful what you say. There's energy with words, and I can feel the energy of people's comments. I can.
When you hear or see something funny, you laugh, which is a double bonus because even the sound of laughter can raise your body's frequency. This is what raising your body frequency means. You are raising the resonant frequencies in your body to be more in line with the complex crystalline structures that promote good health and longevity. Have you ever listened to a song that you like, or have ever watched a movie or video that touched you? And at a certain point, that audio or video stimulated a sensation that is often felt on the skin across the scalp and back, a tingling sensation. Similar to what happens when someone runs their fingertips gently down your back. Have you ever wondered what that feeling is? This is called Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response, or ASMR. You may have seen videos where people are whispering and performing mundane tasks like turning the pages of a book or making subtle clicking and tapping sounds. They do this to trigger this response. And it works, especially for people who are very sensitive to the ASMR. Watching someone do this for about an hour can sometimes be a bit overwhelming if you are sensitive to it. However, it is very therapeutic. And the effects this has on stress is incredible. Want to have a relaxing night after a hard day's work? Get into a nice hot Epsom salt bath for about 40 minutes with your eyes closed, just listening to someone perform these ASMR triggers. When you get out of that bath, you will feel like you have never felt before. See, the Epsom salt detoxes the cells for the first 20 minutes and then supplements your cells with magnesium for the last 20 minutes, relaxing every muscle in your body, including your heart. Sound is a very important part of our lives. Without sound, you can't have light. Biblically, sound came before light, because it was the word spoken from God that gave birth to it. And without light, there is no us. There is nothing but darkness. And I guess this is why some people associate light with love.
That's it. That's all he had on that video. But let me say this, man. Sometimes, guys, when you read the negativity in some of these comment sections and read what people are saying, the energy coming off people, and when I've been screaming this for months about people that don't have the mathematical, statistical data to back what they're saying, and they just come and just pull something out of their ass and say black men this, black men that. It's energy. There's an energy to it. It's a negativity that stems from some sort of experience that they may have had that is traumatic. And what happens is that energy reverberates in the words they type and in the videos they make. And you soak it up. And I always tell you guys, I said, man, that shit will kill you. It will. It'll give you diseases. It will kill you. It will cause all types of health problems and stuff like that. Guys, listening to the wrong people give you the wrong advice or say certain things from a jaded perspective a lot of times and angry, going at black people and black women instead of spreading. A lot of times I try to, even though I may be going off and saying what I was saying, even the video I did last night about what's her face, that video was really me coming from a positive energy, basically saying, hey, we should love one another as black people and not be so negative towards each other or ashamed of our skin or ashamed of our hair. That was me actually picking us up. Now, I wasn't saying Doja Cat represents black people because she is technically mixed. So people say, well, she's not us. She's not black. Well, yeah, she's not black, but this is the result of it. And I was just saying that we need to be careful about that. And also trying to encourage one another, to spur one another love on towards, not quoting the scripture, but just spur one another on towards love and also being able to spur one another on towards black love. There's nothing wrong with that. And, one of the telltale signs, I'm not saying you should go throughout life saying that, hey, somebody's not able to point out something that's real negative. I point out negativities in our communities as well. But what I'm saying is, man, sometimes this stuff, you got to be careful who you listen to, who you let speak into your life. You know what I'm saying? Thanks, man. Thanks, y'all. Like I said, guys, I got an offer over the asking price of $100, and I got one of the $1,000, and I just took the one for $100 because it actually works out to more money. So that's the one I'm gonna take. So it's 178 on the dot, and I'm only in at 115. So that's where we at. I got more playroom to play with. So we about to get the party going. You know what I'm saying? But back to my video. What I was saying was energy is in these words, man. You know what I'm saying? And I can hear, it's almost like sometimes when I read somebody's comments, I can hear a voice in my head. That energy, that I guarantee you, that same energy, because he had, and they talk about the rice experiment, where basically he didn't really go into it, but what happened was they took rice and put it in a jar, right? And they spoke negative words to some rice, and then they spoke positive words to the other jar of rice. Well, over a period of time, what happened was the jar of rice that received the hate rotted. It was all brown looking and rotten looking, whereas the jar that received the love stayed white. I kid you not, go look it up. It's just talk about the love-hate rice experiment. Just type it up and you'll see what I'm talking about. This actually happened. So what does that do to your cells? Huh? If somebody is spewing love, like, just think about it this way. And look, this is science. I'm not getting into saying something that's, this is just normal science. Not that everything they tell you is science is fact, because that's a lie. But I think this has been proven by the scientific method. So I can kind of speak on this. Guys, if they can take some rice and put it in a jar and listen to the negativity on black women and let that be projected into some rice, what would the rice look like? Huh? That you would be talking about some dirty, dingy, brown, decayed looking, dark brown rice. Whereas if you listen to, so what I'm saying is, guys, who you listen to is important. What we listen to is important. The music we listen to is important. The things we say to ourselves in our mind. If you're telling yourself that dating a black woman is not going to work out for you, black women are this, black women are that, that does something to your cells. It does something. And I think it really probably creates free radicals, because they say the pineal gland releases melatonin, which clears up when you sleep. Everything melatonin does, it cleanses your body. It basically fights aging. I mean, it does everything. But if you're asleep and your body's not fighting that melatonin, or if your body's engulfing a lot of negativity, then what will happen over time is you'll lose out, because the problem is a lot of the stuff that you think you listening to that's good, that's entertaining, that stuff is soaking into your psyche, into your energy, into who you are, because we are spirits. That's what we are. You know what I'm saying? I believe that. Every pretty much most cultures believe that. Christian, everybody does. So the thing is, you are a spirit. So there's energy in what you listen to and what you hear. And if you listen to people telling you that about black women, then you as an individual on your everyday experience going through life will not experience positivity a lot of times, because you almost, and I'm not saying the word is power. Yeah, I guess I can say that. You kind of almost prophesy over your own life. You know, we've heard, if you grew up in the church, you've heard people say 1,000 times, hey man, watch who you let prophesy over you. You know, they call them parking lot prophecies. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of times we're letting certain men, as men, I'm talking about the brothers. I mean, the sisters obviously, but men too. Sisters are probably more susceptible, but men especially, you guys, we don't live as long. I just talked about this in the video I played with TD Jakes the other day about how it's hard to be a man and we don't live as long. You know, it's a lot of reasons why. There are a myriad of reasons why we don't live as long. You name it, right? I mean, we got so many reasons why we don't live as long. I just think that as black men, especially, we need to be careful in what we consume, music wise, what we consume as far as YouTube, what we listen to. Man, sometimes it's good just me. I go listen to some gospel music or something like that, or I'll listen to motivational stuff. My favorite is Les Brown. I love that guy. Him. I even go listen to some old Nightingale, Earl Nightingale. I might listen to motivational stuff about fight. You know, it was one video, man, that Les Brown had about where he was taking baths. He was taking wash offs in a sink at a office building. Man, it was crazy. He talked about how he got his mom out and bought her a house. And she was crying, and he was just talking about how, that energy. Remember, he's just talking about how you may watch something and it connects with you. I would be listening to that, and I would tear up sometimes listening to that stuff. And it's good, man. We need that as men. We do. We need that type of energy sometimes because we don't get that type of energy, especially a lot of black men who don't go to church, who don't a lot of times admit, a lot of times, guys, church is a spiritual release for us. It is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times you've been going through hell throughout the week. You may go in and lift your hands to the Lord and pray and clap, and you may not be all emotional and running around screaming and hollering. I don't do that either. I ain't with all that. But what I'm saying is, you may have that and you feel lighter. I do. When I leave, I feel a lot like I took a bath or something. I just have this cleansed spiritual feeling in myself, and it gives me a certain, So I think it's there's. It says where the spirit of the Lord is, there's liberty. I think a lot of times we need to get around positive energy. You need to kind of characterize your life with positivity and with uplifting people. Even when I try to make videos, I try. Now, I will not admit sometimes I just come here just go straight raw. I will, and just say whatever I feel and be like, hey, it is what it is. But a lot of times I try to encourage us to love, and see the positive in black women, and I encourage sisters to do the same when they come into my comment section. But there are a couple of them you can see, and I don't read their comments because of that. And it was just a habit. Now I stopped reading certain people's comments. Some of them they're not offensive, but they're very negative and jaded, and I don't want to go into reading it because I don't care what you say. Like, it's one thing, what bothers me about people sometimes. We'll tell somebody to do something that we ourselves won't do. Like, we'll tell somebody, man, let it go. But you're not the one getting disrespected, or you're not the one that is in the middle of being disrespected, or if somebody did something that you feel is out of line, right? And so when someone gets upset, I myself now am probably a little bit more lenient with it because I understand people get upset, man. You know what I'm saying? People, we're human. Now, you shouldn't be characterized as a man by emotional outbursts. I do believe that. I think that we as men should be characterized by, poise. We should be poised under pressure. We should be, we shouldn't be every 5 minutes flying up. Now, when you see a thug or certain YouTubers who I will not name that are always cursing and screaming, calling people fuck boys and you this, you bitch nigga this and bitch nigga. I'm talking about every video you see them on, they cussing some guy out, calling them this, they not a real man, and they ain't no, if I catch you on the street, I'm gonna fuck you up. Then that is somebody that's probably characterized by a feminine trait. That's more feminine because they are emotional and it looks bad on a man. We call it masculinity, but it's not. So I do think you should have self-control, but at the same time, wisdom comes in knowing who you are, knowing your triggers, and knowing how to adjust, man. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the stuff that people have in your space, guys, a lot of times, especially we as black men, we've gotten away from the church. Let me tell you something. TD Jakes is actually probably one of the best dudes to listen to when you want to talk about just situations and dealing with the ups and downs. You ain't got to send this man your damn money, okay? I'm not telling you to send TD Jakes your tithes. All right, I'm not telling you that. But when you want to deal with something, he has a very uncanny gift, or should I say, knack of being able to put into words the emotions and feelings of being a man. I went to Manpower 98 when Deion Sanders was there, and I never forgot it, man. He came out there in a soldier outfit, and he was preaching. It was in Birmingham, and I never forgot it. And it was just a bunch of black men. You don't see stuff like that. They don't do Manpower no more. But I would probably go to something like that today if they had Manpower again. It was just a bunch. It was everybody, white and black, but it was mostly black men, and all of them was in there. It was crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? But going to something like that, and it just changes you, man. It does. It's uplifting, and we don't get that. We could get on the videos on YouTube and listen to the House of Consciousness and how the white man this and the white man is the devil, and we can listen to those videos, or but sometimes, man, although you may feel that way, it's still, if you're gonna get an uplifting energy from the church, then there's nothing wrong with that. That's me. That's what I get. You know what I'm saying? I'm not ashamed of that. I shouldn't be ashamed. We're at a point where I almost want to be like, I don't want to say that. People gonna get mad and say I'm the white man got me in bondage. White man ain't got me in nothing. Okay, the white man ain't got me in no bondage. But I do understand and know that right now, where we are as a people, we need positive energy, because, like this guy just pointed out, man, if you take two types of rice. One type of rice, and drop it in two separate containers, and you scream blasphemies and hatred at one and love to another, the one that you scream hatred to is gonna rot, man. It's gonna decay. What do you think that's doing to your cells? It's aging you. You're literally aging yourself when you read some of these comments. When you listen to some of these videos, you are aging yourself. You'll start to wrinkle. You'll start to, my mom, man. I'm gonna tell something about my mom. My mom and my dad used to always argue, and they got a divorce back when I was a little kid, right? I remember they used to argue a lot. Then they got a divorce, and mom was relaxed after that. Even though dad was dad, and they were getting arguments from time to time, but not a lot. They became almost like brother and sister eventually, but. My mom is youthful looking, man. My mom is 78, and people think my mom is like 62. Was she about 60 something? Like, no, man, she almost 80. What? Man, she looked young. Now, when she was in her 50s, I remember dudes trying to talk to my mom when I was in high school. She would come see me, and they would talk about how attractive my mom is. She's in her mid 50s. You know what I'm saying? Probably not mid 50s. That wasn't that bad. Wait a minute, let me go back. She's in her late 40s, 50s, at least. You know what I'm saying? And that spoke volumes right there, man. Yeah, I was still in high school when she turned 50. Yeah. So, but dudes was like, man, you got a nice looking mom, man. My mom was 50 something. You have something called telomeres in your cells, man. You need to really, really be careful. Yeah, I'm a Christian. Yep. No problem. Sure is. But let me say this, guys. You need to really, really be careful about the energy that you let come into your life, man, and who you let speak into your life. A lot of these YouTubers are speaking death in people's lives. I said it. You're speaking death into somebody's dating life. When you listen to these videos and you talk about how effed up black women are, you're speaking death into people's lives, man, into their dating lives especially. So you got people that's at home right now miserable because they listen to some guy who is hypocritical, who's not living the lifestyle he claims to live. He's jaded. He's angry, right? He's not sleeping with the women he wants to sleep with, if he's sleeping with any women at all. And he's spewing this hatred. And brothers are buying it, hook, line, and sinker. And those are the brothers that'll come in my comment section when I make videos and say stuff. Some of them will. And they're speaking death in those guys' life, because those guys, they're not going to get the woman that they think they're going to get. They're not. First of all, you don't have dare I say, the resources or caliber to even warrant the type of woman that you think you deserve just because you got a degree. You think you deserve some woman because you finished college. Okay. So you're not going to get that. And so what's happening is, and it's the same for these sisters. I see it, boo. I see it. Mwah.
Hey, look.
I see it, boo. I see it, man. I love this little boy, man. But anyway, some of these sisters, man, I see it, boo. Daddy see it. It's the rescue box. Let me turn it down for you. Because you got it turned up loud as it can go. Sorry, y'all. Let me turn it down a little bit. Oops, let's turn it up. There you go. But let me say this, man. This is the thing. A lot of these sisters are listening to certain YouTubers. You go listen to these sisters, they're speaking death into your dating situation, especially if you're a black woman. You'll have a guy who wants to talk to you, right? But if you're listening to, Chrissy or Paris Milan, these really sweeping, nothing statistically based on fact. It's just, or if it is, it's some stat that they got that they use to try to, and they blow it way out of proportion. Like the guy was talking about 75, reading these guys' comments, you would think 75% of black men are only 75% of black men even date black women. Like, even, basically that's what they're saying. When they were talking about the rate of marriages today, not necessarily who's married and still married to this day, which is about 85% of black men are married to black women. He ignored and skipped over that. Then 1 in 3 black men are married, which ain't too bad. It's bad, but it can be improved. But, and so he was like saying some stuff about that. Like, but that's what I'm saying. It's almost like this glass half full energy coming from these brothers. And so what's going to happen, let's say you meet some female out and about. I will admit, I've been guilty of this. You meet somebody out and about when you listen to these damn videos, listening to people. I mean, one time I didn't want to buy a female a drink. We sat up there and talked for 20 minutes, and she got a refill, and I didn't offer to pay for it because I was on this I ain't no simp, I ain't gonna buy no drinks mentality type stuff, because I was trying to, I'm growing, I'm trying to figure it out at the time, but I had been listening to this stuff and thinking a certain way, and that's when I realized when that night was over, my home was like, man, why you ain't pay? I mean, you got plenty of money right now. I'm like, I don't know, man. I said, I don't know. She was cool, man. But she kind of acted funny after that, which I understood because I'm sitting up there talking to you. It's a woman give you cooperation, pay for the drink. Ain't no big deal. A little $7, $8 drink wouldn't hurt me a bit. But I wouldn't do it because I thought I was being principled. Because you listening to people, Now, there you say you never know what could have came from some situation because it's always hard to find people that you have chemistry with. And you'll meet someone you have chemistry with, be it a woman or a man, and you will turn them down because they don't meet some sort of rules that you got from YouTube. And this is what I mean about negativity and stuff being fed into your life, and people are speaking death into your life because you looking for a certain criteria that you may or may not be able to carry yourself. You may be wanting something that you don't have the dare I say credentials to really carry. You want this dime. And yeah, I got a degree. I'm educated. I make $85,000 a year. I should get a dime. None of that I just stated should warrant you a dime. Get off that table before you break it. None of that should warrant a dime. Now, I mean, those are good things I just named off, but that isn't going to get you a dime just because of that. Not just because you got those credentials or you're a lawyer making $120,000 a year. So you should get, lawyers can take a L. They take L's every day. They can take an L. They take L's. It's not like that. But you have this entitlement mindset. This is what I'm entitled to. And so what it does is it warps your mindset. And bro, what did that brother do in that video? He cited all of that post. He cited all these statistics. Where do you think they get those statistics from? Where did they hear them? From YouTube. People reading Pew Research articles and stuff like that, and polls and surveys and stuff. And then next thing you know, you're thinking, well, X% of black women are this. So I should get this. I should get that. You shouldn't get nothing. You should assume that nobody's going to give you anything. Everything you get, you're going to have to earn. That's a good positive way to look at it. Just come with your hard hat on, ready to work. Relationships will work, man. I don't care who you get with. You can have chemistry with a woman. She could be single with no kids. Get off that table, boy. And guess what? You guys still may have issues, man. It's called communication. But you'll be flippant with the relationship because you listen to people. You shouldn't have to take this. This is the problem with black women. Black women, see there, when you say that, that's something that you've heard repeated over and over and over and over. Instead of taking people case by case, stop, Book, before you break that table. Taking women case by case and seeing, okay, how does she treat me? When I called her, she answered the phone. Yeah, she giving me cooperation. So why are you saying that, you worried about black women? Because, guys, all you need is one. Get off that, boy. All you need is one. So you mean to tell me you're going to go through your whole life and you can't find one good female that'll give you some cooperation? But you probably don't have your antennas up. Because a lot of times, man, frequency, sound, back to the premise of what I was talking about, you got the wrong frequencies coming in. You got the wrong, you on the wrong frequency. You're not on that level. So a woman may send you straight up cooperation and you'll see it a different way because you may be thinking along the lines of what certain people have told you on YouTube. So you know what I'm saying, guys? I'm about to head out, but I want to say this, man. Once again, I want to thank God for this situation, man. I'm in a situation now. I'm going to sell this house. Lord willing, I'm going to get a nice little chunk of change off of it. After expenses, I'm going to get my HVAC installed, get my hot water heater. We finna make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Book, I told you to stop leaning on that table, didn't you? You want to pop? You want, Let me take this from you. No. Okay, then. Stay off that table. Go over there and sit down. Go sit over there. Yeah, sorry, y'all. So, but guys, I want y'all to just take your time, man. Watch who you let speak into your life. Watch who you let speak into your life, because words have power. And you could be like that rice with the words hate painted. It was the word hate was painted on it too. I think that, actually I was wrong. I'm sorry. They wrote the word hate and they wrote the word love. And it wasn't even words that were said. It was just thoughts, which is even worse. Think about it. He wrote the word. Let me type it up, because it was Japanese. What is it? Love, hate, rice experiment. Let's see what happened. Let's see if this is true. So let me type this up. So they said it was thoughts. They said it was just thoughts, man. So they talk about it. Secret of water. Let me see. So they had it in some water too. They put water. Okay. So they did it with water. And yeah. I'm gonna show y'all the screen. So this is decomposing. It started decomposing. Let me share my screen. Let me go right here. So check this out. So this is now, think about this when you're looking at what goes on. Now, this is when they started it. Think about what happens when you talking about what you listening to on YouTube. What you think this do to the human body? If it does this to water and rice, this is what it looked like before. And it does this. This is what it does. It starts rotting. You know what I'm saying? That is amazing, guys. You can see the difference in some of it. This is the rice right here. You know what I'm saying? I think rice, man, this whole rice thing is something that's deep, man. That's something I look at. And they also talk about different frequencies of sound and how it changes the sound and stuff. Man, you really decomposing your body when you listen to this negative music. I'm just telling you, not music, but these negative videos about black women, about black men. But you a fool. Just you telling me just to go out here. I didn't tell you to be a sucker. See, that's the problem. Nobody's on the YouTube. Name somebody that's telling you to be a sucker. Maybe Derek Jackson a little bit. Maybe Derek Jackson. All right, you got me right there. Okay, he makes some sucker videos. I get that. But what I'm saying is, outside of him, most bros ain't asking you to go out here and be a sucker. They just saying, man, hey, you get what you want. You just need one woman, man. That's all you need. You need one man, sisters. You need one man. But there isn't a lot of sisters out here saying take any black man's mess and let him beat you and treat you any kind of way. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it. We got 3 offers on that property, so I appreciate it. Yeah. Now, I've seen Derek say some stuff, and he'll have some good points. Then I've seen him say some stuff almost like, bro, you going all the way to the woman's perspective to the point where the dude ain't got no type of, you almost want a dude that has no emotions at all. He does not get upset or offended. He'll spend every dime in the hopes that he'll get a chance with a woman. Like, no, men ain't finna do that. Brothers ain't finna just spend all their money hoping while you make your mind up and you, all right, yeah, I'm gonna use him and take, because you not take into account that the woman will use the man for money. He act like that doesn't happen. You know, he'll say it in some videos, but he does act like that a lot of times. So, guys, let me go. I got to go ahead and get on out here and try to see if I can find somebody to put this HVAC in. Y'all have a good one. God bless y'all.